Help me, Robert the Bruce. You're my only hope.
What's up, YeshGamers? Robert the Bruce here with a little video on the DLT-19. I'm not gonna lie, DLT-19 is a big girl and she knows how to work it. Now, a lot of the time you hear big is beautiful, it's just because someone's making an excuse for eating too many Cheetos. But in this case, it really is true. Don't let the size of the DL-19 intimidate you. Often larger weapons are associated with laying down lots of cover fire, but not really being effective in close combat or picking off enemies at range. Well, in the case of this beast, that little stereotype is quite offensive and I won't stand for it. The DLT-19 handles itself very well in a variety of situations, as you'll see throughout this video. First, let's compare the DL-19 to a common favorite, the E11, just to get an idea of how it handles. Positives on the side of the DL-19 are as follows. Damage drop-off starts farther, so maximum damage will hit enemies a bit longer than the E11. It fires twice as fast, and that is huge when it comes to close quarters battles. Seriously, the DL-19 fires at 600 rounds per minute versus the 300 RPM of the E11, and that cannot be overlooked. In addition to that, it can fire 39 shots before overheating, whereas the E11 only fires 19. Now don't get me wrong, the E11 is a great blaster. Negatives for the DL-19 are damage output and bullet spread. Now, the E11 kills it in those aspects. So what does this mean for the DL-19? Well, you can fire a heck of a lot of shots really fast, and they maintain their damage output for a solid range, even if that damage output is lower than some of the other blasters. When it comes to a close quarters encounter, you want to be strafing as much as you can. Make yourself a hard target to hit, and take full advantage of that crazy fire rate of the DL-19. For very close encounters, I'll just hip fire a bazillion shots at the bad guy while moving around. Since this weapon throws out so many shots, you can score a lot of hits on target. If the enemy misses a few, it penalizes them more, because they don't have the same fire rate as you with a lot of the other blasters. Now, for long-range encounters, it's par for the course with lots of weapons. Just stay on target, and tap fire to take them down. Since you're taking a little more time to aim, go ahead and make sure you're going for the headshots if possible. The damage multiplier is really going to help you finish off the bad guy before they jump behind cover. Since the DL-19 can fire so many shots before overheating, you can toss a whole lot of pain off into the distance without really worrying about it. An enemy that doesn't get behind cover isn't going to last long. Now, when it comes to crowd control, the DLT-19 is definitely up to the task. With the fast fire rate and high heat threshold, you can take out multiple baddies with no problem. Flanking a group and then having your blaster overheat before you kill them all is really aggravating, and many scientists believe it's a leading cause of heart disease as well. Now, this weapon is here to make sure you can handle that enemy pack without worrying about your gun going into NBA Jam mode. He's heating up! Now, technically, the DLT-19 is more of a, quote, hip-fire weapon, in that it doesn't let you fully aim down the sights. This is really a non-issue, though, and only affects the visuals of how the gun is fired. If you aim it, the reticle pops up, and you can be very accurate with it. Yes, it doesn't zoom in the way a scoped blaster would, but you can easily take out enemies at very long range without needing a scope to help you target them. If they're so far away that you need a scope, you're much better off leaving them alone and focusing on a threat that's closer. If the only threat is super far away, well, quit being a coward and get in the game. Sitting in the back of the map is lame. Plus, this girl really shines up closer in the action. Proudly bring her into the fight, show off what she can do, and enjoy the multi-kills coming your way. A word of caution though, and that is to be mindful of your engagements. Firing way more shots with this beast is also going to get you more attention. And while some people have low self-esteem and crave lots of attention, let me remind you that this is not the time for it. Don't sit up on a hill firing full auto at enemies way far away. The spread will get ugly and you'll draw lots of attention to yourself without picking up a whole lot of kills. Tap fire to take down long-range baddies, and keep the wrath of the DL-19 on standby until you're at close to medium range. If you drop multiple enemies and are still hanging around, chances are others in the area will see you as a big threat and start to focus on taking you down. Use cover to regain health and cool your weapon. Thermal detonators are a great way to keep the bad guys at bay, and when possible, and if needed, retreat a bit. Let players get distracted, and then you can jump back into the fray for more death dealing. Now, while the DLT-19 is a formidable weapon for anyone, it's especially a great option for lower levels because you unlock it early. This gives you a solid blaster when you're still new to the game, and that's a very nice thing to have. Now, if you haven't taken this lovely lady out yet, treat yourself. Take her out for a spin. Hit me up below with your thoughts on this weapon. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the battlefield.